and check the description box below for all the links and all the information about the gadgets that I like to use. Okay, Songwriting episode 6, I believe this is. So by now, we're doing a good job of kind of storing away any good ideas that we have, be it on a voice memo, whatever it is. We got grooves, we got chord progressions, we got riffs, we got sections of a song, maybe even whole songs. We've been doing the good work of, writing a little bit every day, so we got a lot of words to play around with. This is the hard part, is for music first people, which I'm not saying is the right way. I'm working on being not a music first person, but, music first, we'll say. How? How do we put things together? And I call this like the light bulb moment, the lyrical light bulb moment. What is this music telling you that your song is about? Now, sometimes this is purely intuitive, like when you made up the riff, some stream of consciousness stuff came to you, and like, that might be right. That, I never say to throw all that stuff away. Sometimes it's cliche and it's like, it's just placeholder and we replace that with something else, but sometimes it is the right thing. It's telling you what the song should be about. Now though, if you didn't get lucky like that, this is where a consistent creative ritual is very important, because you need to carve out that time to spend with the song, with your words, and like try things, try iterations. Look at it this way or that way. Speaking of consistent creative rituals, shout out my friends at halfshy.com. This is a really good little lyric writing workbook that they put out. I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, maybe longer. I don't know. They sent a couple for me to try out. I like it. Anything that I can do to get myself playing around with word games and getting stuff done, I think, I will spend $20 if it yields me a song. I'll put the link below. Okay, so some of the things I consider. So this is all super subjective. This is just how I do it. By the way, hey, I'm not a songwriting expert. I'm a YouTube guitar teacher, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But this is what I do. The first thing I think about when I'm like, I got the music, I got these words, and this is something I've had to learn again and again for myself, is can I sell this? And that means, what story and melody can this Muppet deliver and have it make sense? And I'll just tell you, I've learned again and again, Eric, don't write T-Rex songs. You're not that cool. Eric, you're not Tom Waits. Like, there's a lot of things I've written that you'll never hear because I couldn't deliver it. I couldn't sell them, which is, pros and cons. There's things I write that only I can deliver because I wrote them. And I always push against that. So think about that for yourself. When you're writing, know your voice, know your range, know your voice, know who you are, know what you sound like. And like, think about like the finished song, imagining the finished song, like, like I'm not going to write a Sam Cooke song. I know I can't do it. Nope. The next thing that I think about that's such a big deal is perspective. It's such a big difference to write from the point of view of I saw something, I did something, I think this, I feel this, versus they saw something, they did something, they feel something, they versus we saw something, we did something, we felt something, or I think that's right. I, they, you. Oh yeah, you. You is the other one when you really want to poke at people. You're like, you did this, you saw this, you said this. I tend to avoid those. Me personally, I lean towards the we perspective because I don't know. I like that stuff. Like, me, I'm always looking for stuff we all go through, things that are universal. So a lot of times I'll be like, we, ba 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 ba. The other big deal. I like to make loops and I sing as I write. So, my creative ritual is at the end of every work day, 5 days a week, after I've done all my teaching and working with y'all, close the office door, I switch out the lights to creative mode, and I pull up. I like to make loops of all the stuff that I'm working on. I have the facility to do that. I might make a video about that too. But I like that because I don't have to be strumming my guitar, writing. I can like just get the music going, the section that I'm thinking about. I can pull up my Google Doc that has, you know, a lot of rough writing for that song, write a little bit, and then I will sing. I will sing what I wrote because I want to determine something I call the melodic meaning. That words on the page sound, you know, are one thing. Once you combine them with the melody and the groove and the layers, it tells you a lot more. And I keep observing that, at least for my music, the simpler I make stuff, the better. Again, I have severe limitations on my ability to sing and my ability to do fancy things and scoop all over and do a lot. I'm like, let me keep my melodies real simple, because I know that the music is going to have nice layers to it, and I can damn well be sure that there's going to be cool guitar playing in the music, not bitchin', but cool. The next thing to talk about is stress patterns, prosody, if you want to be a nerd about it. That is the fact that language, the way I'm speaking and the way you speak, there's inherently louder syllables and quieter syllables. There's inherently louder syllables and quieter syllables. Same with melodies. Melodies kind of have peaks and valleys to them, and so sometimes you'll get a mismatch. A great example of prosody mismatch that works great, I'm not saying you can't do it, but you'll get into trouble if you do it a lot. The chorus of Fleetwood Mac Dreams, probably get a copyright strike. You know that part where I'm just gonna talk, sing it. Players only love you when they're playing. Women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. No one says when the rain washes you clean. That's not how we talk, but Stevie's awesome. She's like, I can't find another way to say that, so I'm just going to say it that way. I'm going to say when the rain washes you clean, you'll know. Generally, I try to avoid doing things like that. Who is the better songwriter? Not me. It's Stevie Nicks. So, yeah. It can work, but you can get yourself into trouble if you've written a really complex, multi-syllabic grad school words like, metaphor, simile, yeah, I got this, I'm Bob Dylan too. And then you got your melody and you're like, oh, I can't shoehorn this in. So I tend to really these days look for the simplest possible melodic curve and rhythm, and then have the words influence that. And sometimes they influence each other. Like the words start flowing, and I'm like, well, then my melody is going to change a little bit. Cool, then. Okay, well, yeah, and you can let them influence each other that way. But yeah, that's something to just be aware of, to watch out for. The solution is, like I said, keep it simple, stupid. And the main, okay, well, that's basically all we got. So I don't need to review anything. This is just, again, one of these Eric songwriting rambles. But if I was to look at the biggest possible picture, the consistent creative ritual is so important. I don't know how anybody would get it done any other way. And I'll tell you this, I'll probably make a video about this. I wouldn't finish a song if I didn't book studio time. I know me. If I didn't call my buddy Tom, in fact, the demo track that I'm cutting to and from for this one, yeah, that's what I'm going to be recording next. So I was like, well, since I'm talking about songs, I'll talk about the song I'm working on. That's how I get it done, because consistent creative ritual and a forced deadline is the way to do it. If you are putting it off, as I know us guitar players like to do, we like to go, I'll work on lyrics later, or I'll work on some songwriting stuff after I master triad and versions, or this, that, the other thing. I'm here to tell you, listen to Uncle Eric. If you are blessed / cursed with the creative impulse to do stuff, whatever it is, you got something in you that wants to come out, you got an itch you want to scratch it. You will die itchy if you don't. And it kind of sucks, because it's really hard work. It takes a lot to get it done. That's why you won't really hear me talk shit about movies or songs or any of this stuff, any art, because I know how much work goes into it. It's a lot of work, and I'm not going to even say it's fun work. It's rewarding work at the end, though. It is the most rewarding thing a creative person can do, is actually push it along. And like I said, the only way I know to push it along is chip away a little bit every day and then force some deadlines in there. Thanks so much to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do, even if it's just clicking like and subscribe, or, the more in-depth, go to my website. I got lessons. You can sign up for lessons. I got Truefire courses. Those are fun. I have Patreon with live events and things like that. That's how I make my living. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.